Mauricio Pochettino wants the Chelsea Football Club fans to turn on him. It's evident, right? That's the narrative I'm getting from every single one of them. Because what Mauricio Pochettino said in this press conference, I don't care. But these lot evidently do. And this is absolutely crazy, the reaction that we're getting. Just tell me you want Pochettino sacked. And let's move on. Because the reality is they're nitpicking at little things just because he says he thinks Spurs can win the league and they've done a fantastic job. What? He's a bad manager. Don't mess around, man. Welcome to the Kavkas View, Brad. Okay, today's running order is a very interesting one, and we've got a lot to talk about. First, we're going to cover the press conference that Mauricio Pochettino had for Spurs, Chelsea versus Spurs on Monday night. The reality is, the outlash from it has been ridiculous. Usually, press conferences is a little bit dry. Today, it is full of drama. We are going to talk about it. I was listening to Poch talking, and I'm like, Poch, stop talking. They're not going to accept this. I am a reasonable Chelsea fan. I can read in between the lines. I understand that you're a human. You're allowed to say stuff like this. These lot only have Chelsea goggles on. You're not allowed to say stuff like this. Then I'm going to give you an injury update. Enzo and Caicedo have a sit-down interview where they talk all the smoke. Literally, the conversations they were having, what they said in these clips need to be clipped up, because the reality is you got a lot of checks to cash. And finally, we have got a massive statement. And the massive statement is from Aaron Ramsdale. He is not going to be a Chelsea player. I'll break this down and we'll get into it. Before we get started with the video, I need a massive favor. I need you lot to hit that like button, and we need to break at least 700 likes on this video because it really pushes the video. It's cheap, it's free, it's the easiest thing you can do to support me. Finally, if you made it this far, you're clearly liking what you see. Subscribe, and the biggest one of all, hit that share button. Share this on your Twitter, clip this up, share this around. It is the best way you guys can actively spread the channel and support the channel. Now let's move on. Mauricio Pochettino started off a press conference and he spoke about Spurs. And we all know who Mauricio Pochettino is to Spurs. He is their version of Jose, right? Let's be honest, they don't have success. They haven't had success for a long time. And Spurs are just one of those irrelevant clubs at this moment in time where any little bit of credit they get, they want to make sure you hear them in it. Everything they say, they want to make sure you hear it. Poch really entertained their ego today. He really stroked it. And you can really tell the relationship and the affinity he has with that club. Look, Cesc had the affinity with Arsenal, but he got converted and became a blue. And now he loves Chelsea more than he loves Arsenal. That's the truth of the matter. What did Pochettino say? Firstly, he said, I want to thank Daniel. He gave him a special project. He gave him an opportunity. Guys, there is nothing wrong in life with being grateful for the people that gave you an opportunity. What do you want him to do? Do you want him to badmouth the man that gave him an opportunity at a top 6 club? Do you want him to badmouth an individual that paid him a lot of money, that gave him the platform to get the PSG job and earn a lot of money, and that gave him the platform to earn this job at Chelsea Football Club? None of that happens for Pochettino if he's not the manager of Spurs. We knew who we signed. Then he went on and said, when I left the Spurs job, there are only 2 clubs that I will never manage in my life. Arsenal and Barcelona. He openly says that. So for me, we've heard this before, and I don't understand the uproar of what he's saying here. And he said it was a happy day in his life when he managed them. And it's just honest and respectful. He also said, Ainge is a very good manager. They're achieving great things, and it's a project that he cannot forget because it is a respectful project that he's proud of, that he started off and now Ainge is continuing. And then they asked him this question, and the minute he answered the way he answered, I was like, he's in big trouble, because there's a lot of fans that are going to listen and not read in between the lines. They asked him, do you think Spurs can win the league? He said, yes, of course. Ainge is doing a fantastic job. Where's the lie? Answer the question. Where's the lie? If he sat there and said they can't win the league, the headline is Pochettino doesn't believe in Spurs' project, and all of a sudden that's plastered all over Spurs' billboard. Now, all he said is he believes they can win the league. Well, let's just talk about it. I think they got 26 points from their first 30 games, or 25 points, something silly like that. So what makes you think they can't win the league when the first 10 games they have got double nearly Chelsea's points? What makes you think they can't win this league? It is beyond pathetic to think that Pochettino is going to cut ties with Spurs after everything they've been through. The reality is, and this is the fact of the matter, he has loved that club. He will always love that club. And even when he wins trophies here, a part of him is still going to love that club. He didn't leave that job, he got sacked. He is their Tuchel. Tuchel loves Chelsea. Tuchel, every time he talks about Chelsea, every time his staff talks about Chelsea, say the job was too soon. We shouldn't have left. We still could have done more. And I think if you sat Poch down, he would say that as well. But the reality is, this is life. This is the cards that he got dealt. And people want to add this rivalry that we've had with Spurs. Let me tell you something about me. How could they be a rival when I've only seen him win 1 cup in my whole lifetime? When we have been winning 5 Premier Leagues in my lifetime, we have won 2 Champions Leagues, 2 Europa Leagues, multiple FA Cup, multiple Carling Cup or Carabao Cups, however you want to call them, Community Shields. We've been racking up trophies, Super Cup, Club World Cup. Spurs can't even talk about them. They're irrelevant. So why do we have to acknowledge them as rivals? They're not rivals. They're just a club in London. They're Fulham, they're West Ham. Who cares? The rivals that we have is Arsenal. And that's the fact of the matter is. Because I grew up under Arsenal being under Wenger, and we have Jose, there was beef there. I hate Liverpool more than I hate Spurs. Like, let that sink in. So I don't understand all this niceties that people want to have and, oh my God, you know what, it's Spurs, how dare he respect Spurs. He was employed by the club. He is who he is today because of that club. So if you don't understand it, I think you're the one that doesn't get it, not me. And that's just my honest opinion. I think people are looking for a reason to get at Mauricio Pochettino. And it's very evident after this. It's literally, for me, very clear that you just want a reason not to like him. Because what did you expect him to say? Quick injury update for the game. And it's actually very simple when we talk about it. Reece James, Poch is going to assess it. That's what Pochettino confirmed. He said we need to see the way his body recovers. And then I'm going to decide if he's ready for the 90. Reece is starting that game. Whether you like it or not, Reece James is our best player, Reece James is our captain, and Reece James is our leader. So we go as much as Reece plays. If Reece consistently plays, we are going to be a very good side, because that right-hand side is going to be potent with Raheem Sterling and Reece James. Trust me on this one. Then we Armando Broja. Broja is back onto the bench. He should be able to be on the bench given a late fitness test. This is good news because we need some backup up top. I'm telling you right now, I can't watch Cole Palmer in that false 9. I don't like it. I think we need to have a little bit more of an impetus. We need to have a little bit more of a threat. And Cole Palmer needs to be in that 10 role, being our version of Maddison and creating chances. So play Cole in his rightful position and let's destroy him. And then we've got Mikhailo Mudryk. Mudryk is back in full training. Badiashile is back in full training. Both of them are in contention to start, and this is positive news. Pochettino confirms all of this. And we move on. The rest of the press conference was really irrelevant, so we're not even going to cover. Enzo and Caicedo gave a very interesting interview. And the interview was one where they were really talking a lot of smoke. A part of me liked it. The other part of me was just like, do we really need this? Like, at this moment in time, do I need you lot talking so much smoke when we are 11th in the league? Sometimes gangsters move in silence, you know what I mean? And you lot are talking a bit too much. That's just my personal opinion. The reality is, Enzo saying, I think we can be one of the best teams in the league. We've got all the talent. We've got all the attributes. He said we're going to have to work hard, but I believe we can do it. Caicedo said he agrees with him. Caicedo went as far as saying, we need to move in a particular way, and with God's help, and if we train hard, we will be fine. But what I found most interesting from this was, Enzo was chatting to Caicedo long before he became a Chelsea player. He made sure that ever since January, he was in his DMs and they were talking to build up a friendship. This explains to me why Caicedo wanted to join us so badly. Guys, when people go out of their way to make sure that you are in there, like become their friends before they even join a place, and then they get offered the money, and then they get offered London, it makes a factor. So like, think about it from a logistics standpoint. He knows Chelsea players, he doesn't know Liverpool players. London, the lifestyle, or Liverpool. Subject to how Caicedo wants to live his life, London has got everything you want. And then money. Apparently Chelsea offered him a little bit more money and the agent fees were a little bit nice. Your club's broke, my club isn't. That's the difference here. So it makes sense why Caicedo picked Chelsea. It makes sense why Enzo was doing this. And we saw this before with Wesley Fofana. Like, Fofana actively said Reece James was in his DMs trying to get this deal across the line. So we need to be honest and open about that. This stuff happens and people could be in our DMs. So Real Madrid, you know them ones. I don't want to hear none of you in Reece James's DMs. Please, none of this, okay? But it's positive. I like the fact that the players are talking a little bit of smoke, but just please calm a little bit, okay? Win a few games. Fabrizio Romano made me do this, the double fist pump. Not the one like, it's the double fist pump. You know them ones. Because when he tweeted this, I was like, thank God for this. Aaron Ramsdale is not even on Chelsea's shortlist. Chelsea are not considering Aaron Ramsdale. Chelsea don't believe Aaron Ramsdale is going to be the next goalkeeper. He's not even on the list. Chelsea aren't looking for Aaron Ramsdale to come in and replace Robert Sanchez. Guys, replacing Robert Sanchez with Aaron Ramsdale is the equivalent of putting me in goal. Okay, maybe not that bad, but it is bad because you're not doing anything. It's a lateral or downwards move. I don't think Aaron Ramsdale's that good of a keeper. I think he's shaky. I think there are certain aspects of his game is very good, but there are certain aspects he's just horrible. And I don't want a keeper like that. I want creme de la creme. I want the top tier goalkeeper. I don't care. Go spend 60, 70 million if you have it. Go do it. But don't just bring me another stopgap, because that's what we have with Sanchez. He's a stopgap keeper. He's going to be very good second choice keeper one day. But it is what it is. Guys, I hope you lot enjoyed this video. I'm sorry if I ranted about Mauricio Pochettino and how people are being unfair to him. I just feel like our manager deserves a bit more respect, a little bit more support that people aren't conveying. So at this moment in time, if you made it this far, I need you on the way out. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video. That share button needs to skyrocket. I'm going to start keeping tabs on it. And finally, on the way out, in the comments, drop a pineapple if you made it this far. It really helps to see which ones are the real G's. Peace out, I'm out. Have a lovely day.